Community Viewpoint.
And welcome once again to Community Viewpoint. I'm John Pollock, your host for this segment. Welcome. And we're going to be talking today about, last week we had safety during the holidays with the fire chief. This week we're going to tackle grief during the holidays. As we know that there's a lot of folks that are elderly here, I being one of them, and a lot of folks have loved ones that pass on during the year, and it seems like during the holidays it's the worst time for things like that to happen. I have a prepared statement from an article talking about the holiday season. Let me read this to you. It's considered the most wonderful time of the year, but for those who have lost loved ones, it can be the most difficult time of the year. The approaching holidays can feel discouraging and often come with a complicated mix of sadness, sorrow, anger, and pain as we miss the ones we have lost. We have with us today Pete Giordano, who is here. You may remember Pete from last July. He is with a group called Grief Share, and he helps people with issues of grief with lost loved ones. So welcome, Pete, and tell us a little bit about how you got started and what you have to offer.
Thanks, John. Thanks for inviting me back also. But before I start, I just want you viewers to know how caring John Pollock is. He called me because he was concerned about those who lost loved ones surviving the holidays. It's very difficult. Doesn't matter if it's been a recent loss or if it's been years. It is a difficult time. I know it was for me. I've been through it. I've lost a son and a wife. I got started in this after my wife passed. We had an agreement to stay, one of us to stay with our daughter if something happened, and I stayed with our daughter, Ronnie, in Las Vegas. After days and days of intense grief and crying, she finally suggested we go to a grief support group at her church. We went, and it just happened to be Grief Share, which is international. It's in over 16,000 churches worldwide, and it is non-denominational. We did go. After we finished up the cycle, which is 13 weeks, we felt so much better. And I thought at that time, Pahrump needs something like this. We wanted to bring it to Pahrump to offer it to the whole community of Pahrump. The surviving the holidays is very important. We've shown this a couple weeks ago before Thanksgiving, and we decided to show it again. It's going to be at our Central Valley Baptist Church location on Blagg Road. It's going to be on the 21st of this month. It starts at 1 o'clock, ends at 3 o'clock. What we do with surviving the holidays is show this video right here. The video is about 40 minutes, and it includes people and how they're coping with their loss during the holidays. The counselors and pastors in the video have all lost loved ones, so they can empathize with us. Each participant will also get a guide. It answers many questions of having the strength to survive, making plans. You should plan ahead, knowing that you are never alone. It's just very comprehensive. And like I say, we did run this just before Thanksgiving. But after getting together with the facilitators, we decided one more time would be great, and just before Christmas. And we also have an article coming out in the Pahrump Valley Times, articulated by Robin Hebrock. Surviving the holidays is also mentioned in that article. And that article will be in Wednesday's paper on the 18th. Aside from surviving the holidays, we also have Grief Share, and it's a grief support group again. It's a 13-week cycle, 3 times a year, and it includes videos, a video a week. It includes a discussion where we discuss the video that we had just seen. Also includes a workbook. The workbook has 13 chapters in it, which coincide with the 13 videos that we show through the 13-week cycle. The important thing right at this time that John is concerned about and I'm concerned about is surviving, getting through these holidays after the loss of your loved one. It can be very difficult. I've gone through it. My first year after my wife had passed, and we were married over 55 years, Ann and I were very happy together, and it was just my soulmate, my companion. After her passing in January of 2015, when the holidays came around, Christmas, that was the first Christmas probably in my lifetime that didn't have a Christmas tree, didn't have Christmas decorations, did not have the spirit. After attending Grief Share and surviving the holidays, the second year I come to realize that we're celebrating Jesus Christ on Christmas. And at that point, I decided, what the heck? If we're celebrating his birth, let's celebrate it. My daughter bought me a Christmas tree. We put it up. Excuse me. We put up decorations, and I've had one ever since. There's a Christmas tree lit up in my house right now. So, guys, this is so important. If at all possible, if you can make it, try to be there on the 21st at Central Valley Baptist Church. It starts at 1 o'clock, and this can help you, believe me.
No, is there a donation or something for this?
No, there isn't.
No.
No cost. It's absolutely free. And we'll watch the video, then we'll take a short break. We'll have refreshments, coffee, restroom break. Then we'll sit down and we'll discuss what we had just seen. But the requirement is that you do not have to speak. If you're shy, if you're afraid that you'll break down in front of other people, we've all done that though. Our tables are full of Kleenex, so you don't have to worry about that. But you're not required to speak. You can just sit there and listen and benefit from listening to others sharing their stories on how they're coping with the holidays. These books also have places where you can take notes while watching the video, and you can journal while watching. And this is yours personally. No one else gets to see it. You keep it. Another important guideline, and this goes for surviving the holidays and our Grief Share program, is that there is very, very strict confidentiality. everything that is said in that room stays in that room. So we've had people that, after a couple meetings, felt so safe and secure knowing that they were able to open their hearts, and share their grief stories. The program, again, like I said, goes 3 times a year, 13 weeks. Sometimes it'll be 14 weeks, like this time. We have our 13-week grief share, but we're adding a week for surviving the holidays. We also have another special meeting, and that's survival of a spouse, strictly a spouse. Although at Grief Share, we have people that have lost spouses, children, parents, siblings, best friends. But the one specific meeting that we have is loss of a spouse, strictly for those who have lost a husband or a wife. Other than that, all I can say is I recommend this very highly, and I have to thank John, because he's a very caring person, and for him to call me, it was just perfect timing, because I was doing the interview at the Pahrump Valley Times with Robin Hebrock when he called, and we were discussing putting Surviving the Holidays in the front page article due out on the 18th. And John's on the phone talking about the same thing, how concerned he is about these people that have lost loved ones, and how are they going to get through the holidays after the loss of their loved one.
So I wanted to thank you. We're just about out of time now. It's a somber topic, but it's important, and that's why I called you, because I know this time of the year it's hard for folks losing someone. A lot of times when we come out here, they come out here, they don't have a support network. So this is a good way for them to reinstill in their minds that they're not alone. And
exactly.
So this is great, and I appreciate you taking the time to come here. And I'll look forward to Robin's article, because she always writes very good articles. So thank you, Pete. Thank you for watching, and if I don't see you, have a Merry Christmas.